BT's Business Report is sponsored by Dynamic Funds.
All right, welcome back. Time now 6:13. We're checking in with Mike Eppel, standing by right on over here. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, good, good, good. Okay, let this be a warning for those who are looking to fill up their tanks. If you can hold off, if you can do it by a day, probably your best bet.
Yeah, you'll save all of 2 cents per liter this time tomorrow morning. But Melanie, we're getting sticker shock at the pumps this morning at $1.45 or thereabouts at the peak price here in the GTA. Highest price ever. And you look around, and that's pretty much the same situation in various parts of the country right now. Even in the United States, the gas price is elevated. So what's been going on? Well, look, the price for oil over the course of this week has been testing $80 per barrel U.S. So that's pretty expensive. And then the last time we saw gas prices anywhere near $1.40, you look back on the chart, 6-7 years ago. What was going on then? Well, the price for oil was a lot higher. The Canadian dollar was worth a lot more. Remember, oil is priced in U.S. dollars. That's the benchmark. Even though we produce lots here, we go by the U.S. market. And then you also add 9 cents per liter since the inception of the carbon tax in 2019. So a lot of factors are going into the price of the pumps going up. The expectation is tomorrow we are going to see a 2 cent per liter decline going into the long weekend. By the way, don't factor in the long weekend all that much. It's not a long weekend in the United States. We still take our cue from that market. So yes, there might be a little bit, there's going to be a little bit more demand, sure. But overall, energy's up. And we're trying to, wean ourselves off of this into green power. That's going to take some time. There's going to be pain along the way. Natural gas prices have been all over the place, specifically where they've been talking about an energy crisis in Europe. Natural gas overnight dropped by 20% because Vladimir Putin said Russia's got all sorts of natural gas supply for the European Union. What does he want in return? Who knows? But that's calmed things down a little bit over there. So volatility is the name of the game. In the short term, we're going to be paying more.
Okay, so what if someone's looking to an electric vehicle? Maybe some more options in the future.
But we have to wait until the big automakers get moving on this. And it's going to happen sooner than maybe you might expect. General Motors is talking about having 30 different models in its EV lineup by 2025 up to 2030, investing billions of dollars in charging facilities. They want to double their revenue through this. This is a moneymaker, potentially, for GM. They're not going away from, regular cars and trucks that run on gasoline, but they're shifting. And they want to take aim at Tesla. Let's face it, Tesla's the market leader. You look at the market value. This is fascinating. You think General Motors, massive company. It's been around for, generations. And then you look at what the company's worth on the financial markets. It's worth about $75 billion. That's a big number. Tesla's worth $750 billion. Doesn't, that shows you where Tesla has come and how much people expect that company to still be at the forefront here. But the Ford, GM, Toyota, Volkswagen, they're coming on strong too.
Absolutely. Okay, from the big guys to the little guys, we know small business has really struggled over the last, I can't keep track of how long we've been in this pandemic now. So well over a year and a half.
Let me check my watch.
Okay,
I'm not wearing a watch.
Oh, geez. I know. Who wears his watch now? I know people wear watches. I don't. That's a whole other discussion. But small businesses, they need a hand. And yes, we are getting word that they might be getting that.
Yeah, well, look, the various programs that were put into place by the federal government, whether it was rent relief or others, those are set to expire actually at the end of this month and into November. So the Canadian Federation of Independent Business is saying, we've got a lot of small business operators that do not have the financial wherewithal to survive the holidays. And January is going to be really rough unless some of these programs are extended. We're getting some signals from Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland that the Trudeau government will, first steps, be looking at extending some of those programs. But we have to have a throne speech. They have to have a cabinet set up and get this legislation done in very short order because, again, programs are set to expire early November.
Mike, got about 30 seconds left, but in your words, we're talking the kooky, crazy, wacky world of cryptocurrencies. What do you got?
Hey, Bitcoin's above $54,000
Ooh.
because why not? 2 weeks ago, it was around 41 grand. It's up about 20% in very short order. Look, the energy market and what's been happening on the stock markets and inflation and central banks and U.S. government inactivity, all of this has shifted a lot of cash into cryptocurrencies. And then I like all of these new ones that just kind of show up out of nowhere. We've talked about Dogecoin, right? Which was a joke crypto. Well, now we've got the Shiba Inu, which is a dog of some sort. And Elon Musk has one of this breed. And this type of coin just was developed recently by an anonymous person in the world of cryptocurrencies for decentralized transactions. So, yeah, just come out of anywhere. That one's gone up by 367% just in the past little while. It's the 12th largest now. I'm going to start my own cryptocurrency, and I think it's going to called the Bitman, based on the famous SCTV character by Bobby Bittman, Eugene Levy's Bobby Bittman. How are ya? That'll be the
Mike,
that'll be the screen grab
but
right
if
there.
you can work in the word tractor in there somehow, you got a hit. Get a hit on your
Track coin.
hands.
I don't know.
Track
something.
coin. Track coin.
And of course,
Gonna
yeah,
catch
they're
on.
using these things to buy NFTs and MOUSEs and
MOUSE.
all sorts of other things.
Cryptocurrency. Okay, Mike, have a great day. We'll
Yeah.
see you tomorrow. It's Friday. It'll be Friday tomorrow. Everything's good.
Indeed.
6:19 is your time right now. Coming up next, health officials. So they've given the all clear for fully vaccinated families to see one another this Thanksgiving, but there are still some very awkward conversations to be had. That story up next.